This is how delusional some people are. I was up early in the morning. It was still dark. It was still dark outside. A car pulled in my neighbor's, close to my neighbor's driveway, his bordering driveway, and turned their lights off. So I went, I said, oh, that's probably somebody up to no good. What else would it be? So I went, fed the cats, I walked back. The car's still there. There's somebody in the car. I said, oh, this guy's probably got a prostitute or something. I'm going to tell him to expedite things and speed it along. Let's get moving. And say, hey, man, can I help you? Totally nice. He's like, oh, I'm waiting for so-and-so. I'm his, new, everything checked. I said, all right, I'm sorry for bothering you. I said, everything's always sketchy around here, And there's a guy walking up and down my street like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He looked like Robert De Niro in Cape Fear with all these, he looked like he just got out of prison, and he's got a shopping cart, he's got a bicycle in it, and this, that, and the other thing. He asked me if I had money, and I pulled over on my, I was riding my bike, and I said, listen, man, I'm just going to say this, as respectful as possible. I don't like you walking up and down my street doing whatever you're doing. I've never seen you before, and I don't like you walking up and looking, like you're looking for people's shit or bikes or whatever. I'm not saying you're stealing, but I just don't want you walking up and down my street at all, So I'm going to give you $5 or $10, and I don't want to have this conversation with you again. So right there, people go, oh, that's kind of rude. Well, listen, man, people don't respond to kindness. You know what I mean? People don't respond to, oh, kind of don't want you, da-da-da-da-da. People don't respond to it. He was like, oh, man, all right, I got you. I said, I'm not trying to be tough with you. I just, stuff ends up missing. I'm going to be looking for you, And I don't know if you're, I'm just being honest with you. I don't know if you're a sex offender, if you're a felon, if you're whatever the fuck. But you're obviously not doing too well, and, that you're, whatever. So I'm just giving you a heads up, I'm trying to be as nice as possible about it. And he was like, yeah, all right, but it's like, I told my neighbor, I said, yeah, I'm sorry I was harassing your brother-in-law. I said, he just pulled in your driveway. And he's like, oh, man, I don't even worry about stuff like that. I go, really, you don't worry? I hear everything. Do you know what I mean? Like people talking outside. I come outside at 2 o'clock in the morning. I start looking around with a flashlight, asking questions. What are you doing? Do you know what I mean? Why are you outside the back of my house? What are you doing? I don't play that shit. Like you could be the neighbor outside smoking a cigarette, and it gets I start hearing you talking on the phone at 11 o'clock at night. I start looking for my 12 gauge. You know what I mean? Like, because I've always been proactive like that. I'm not trying to be, but you just have to set the precedent. But my friend was just like, oh man, I've lived here for years. I go, yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, I don't even think like stuff like that's going on. I mean, it is, but it's not the first thing I think of. And I go, well, I do, okay? And I'm just telling you, like a guy just pulled up over here. He pulled in behind near the dumpster, then he pulled on my landlord's like fucking front lawn, and I pulled up and I go, what are you doing? He's like, oh, there's a hole, or he's picking up a prostitute. I go, yeah, it's somebody's fucking lawn right here, dude. What are we gonna do this shit today? Do you know what I mean? You're gonna pull up on their front lawn and we're gonna start doing this. This is gonna become a thing, and you're gonna be a regular, and it's not gonna happen. So figure it out, get going, and get gone. Do you know what I mean? I'm not I'm not teaching a class on defensive driving today. So get the fuck out of here. People, well, it's kind of, listen. People don't respond to, hey, my feelings and da-da. They respond to, there is a threat of me doing violence to you, even if it's a bluff or whatever. You don't know me. I don't know you. Sometimes you gotta, insinuate stuff, that, hey, I don't like to, but I'm not going to apologize for being a fucking man. You know what I mean?